Imagine you are handed a country that is deeply divided by language and culture. How do you stop it from tearing itself apart? In the late 20th century, two nations faced this exact crisis, but they took completely opposite paths. Let's look at how Belgium and Sri Lanka tried to solve the puzzle. Sri Lanka tried to force unity by giving all the power to the majority, which brutally tipped the scales and sparked a civil war. Belgium chose the harder path of sharing power equally, and kept their nation whole. To stop a country from fracturing, Belgium completely rewired its constitution. Between 1970 and 1993, they passed 4 major amendments. The goal was to perfectly balance power between the Dutch and French-speaking citizens. They even created a unique community government solely to protect each group's language and culture. But what happens when the majority decides to take it all? Sri Lanka chose majoritarianism. In 1956, they passed an act making Sinhala the absolute only official language. This effectively locked minorities out of government jobs and universities, driving a deep, irreversible wedge straight through the heart of the society. The outcomes of these two choices couldn't be more different. Belgium's compromise avoided civic strife, keeping the country peaceful and united. Sri Lanka's path plunged them into a tragic civil war which lasted until 2009, costing thousands of lives. That is the true cost of refusing to share power. So how did India, a nation with infinitely more diversity than Belgium or Sri Lanka, avoid tearing itself apart? It didn't just hope for peace, it hardwired power sharing into its constitution. Think of India's 7th schedule as a pyramid of power. At the peak is the Union List, giving the center 100 exclusive subjects like defense and currency. Below that is the State List, with 61 regional subjects like police and agriculture. And at the base, local governments keep the everyday peace. But reality is messy, so they created a middle ground. For 52 subjects like education and forests, both the union and states share power. This is the Concurrent List. And if they ever pass conflicting laws, the union law automatically breaks the tie. To stop a massive country from arguing over who does what, you carve the rule book into 3 lists. The first is the Union List, the heavy hitters. Think national defense, currency, and foreign affairs. Only the central government gets to write these rules. But local problems need local answers. That is where the State List comes in. It covers everyday life, things like the police force, agriculture, and local trade. The central government stays out of this lane completely. Then there is the Shared Sandbox, the Concurrent List. Both levels of government can make rules for things like education and forests. But here is the catch. If their laws ever clash, the central government's word is final. So why go through all this trouble to divide power? The first reason is purely practical. It keeps the peace. We call this the prudential reason. By carefully balancing the scales, you prevent the tyranny of the majority and ensure the entire political system remains stable. But beyond just surviving, there is a deeper, moral reason. Power sharing isn't just a safety net. It is the very spirit of democracy. A legitimate government isn't just one that wins an election. It's a system where every citizen, through participation, acquires a real stake in the system. When everyone holds a piece of the power, the country doesn't break apart. It holds itself together.